He's still. Wherever there seems to be at least a number of steps. Smile of triumph. Close up like that? Be careful. No, it does turn in this direction. Be careful.
When was the first time you came here?
Oh dear. 1970 perhaps? No, it must have been before that time. You mean we first came here in 1964? No. Must have been before 1964.
Oh yeah, it was a lot before 1964.
I don't know if I have the courage to go over that bridge. What do you think?
Oh yes, I can help you.
A moment till I get to it.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, you got it on.
Why do you stop every time I put it on? It's a movie camera.
Trying to put my best face forward.
It's a movie camera.
Oh.
Yeah, the rakings all look pretty intact.
Oh, it's very, very fancy, these rakings are.
I never realized it was raked here. Like in the Japanese garden part, it's raked, of course.
It was raked. Every path that we've been on has been raked. And some of them look hardly trodden upon. This is a particularly nice spot. This tree looks as if it's been here forever.
I was intrigued by the way that you talked about your father and your mother.
Why were you intrigued?
Because there's something you said about your mother very strikingly. I guess I did care for my mother, which, as though it was to be expected that you didn't.
No, it's because I became so impatient with her sometimes when she lived with me. But I knew I cared for her and didn't. Yeah, sometimes I wondered if I cared for her, but of course I did.
Who were you closer to when you were a child?
Probably my mother. My father was a somewhat distant figure. I think of him sitting in his easy chair next to the fireplace, like this, leaning back, smoking a cigarette, and being in charge. What was he in charge of? He was meant to be a person in charge. It's just unfortunate. He was a disciple in a way of Horace Cowan. You know the philosopher? Ever heard of him? The famous philosopher, Horace Cowan. They stayed in the same rooming house. Maybe it's maybe it was my grandmother's.
Your grandmother had a rooming house?
Yes, that's where my parents met. She was a rooming house. She was the proprietor's daughter. My grandfather must have died at that point, and there's nothing else for a widow to do except to turn her house into a rooming house.
When was that?
Were they married?
When? No, when did your grandfather die?
Well, I don't remember that. It must have been, well, of course it was before I died, if she was running a rooming house where my parents met. I mean, before, did I say died? Before I was born.
You said your grandfather died.
Yes.
And your grandmother turned their house into a rooming house.
Yes.
When would that have been?
Something like 1903, 1904. Okay, now I'm taking a picture of you like that.
Okay.
And what do you want to talk about?
I still had one thing I wanted to ask you.
What is that?
Which was about when you were my age, because when I asked you that, you immediately answered in terms of your work.
Yes.
And what was going on in the program at the time.
Right.
And that interested me because most women in their early 50s are starting to feel, and I commented that you were at the height of your creative whatever, because you were doing all of this creation of the program.
Right.
And I guess I feel at the height of my powers also in my work,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't feel at the height of my powers physically. I feel like that's past a little bit, just a little bit. And of course, everybody, women around this age, have a preoccupation about that.
With age? I don't think
about either aging or noticing that you start to not remember things so well, or you start to have little aches and pains, and you go through the menopause and all of the hormone things, whatever they are. And you didn't say anything about those negative sides, which is what women, when they're actually at this age, all talk about and are concerned about.
I never thought about it. I was too busy.
You think not?
I don't think I did. I was too busy. And your father and I talked incessantly about the program. Incessantly. That's why it's so good. It has his thinking and my thinking. They're sort of flashing in this thing. I don't know. Try turning your head as if you're looking in the other direction while you're talking. Oh, there, like
over
that. Yeah, like that. A little bit.
As though you're over there.
I'm
Hi.
I'm straight.